Hello, the internet. So the makeup that I'm wearing today is from the first video that I'm uploading, and I did not get to eat tacos. The taco place was really busy, so I ended up going to a restaurant called Emiliano's and eating some yummy ropa vieja, which was very tasty, and eating some tres leches cake. My puppy's having a hard time figuring out her life. So I am back home with Cammie, and what I would like to do is I would like to brandish a knife, and I would like to open a box that I have sitting under my desk right now. And it is a box from Suva Beauty, and inside should be 2 mystery boxes, which was a promotion that they recently ran where you could buy you know when doggies do that thing where they just kind of dig to nest? Cammie's doing that, and I think it's the cutest thing, so if you can hear it, you're welcome, because it's super cute. I can't open my knife. I might have to not use it. What good is a knife if you can't? I've had this Swiss Army knife since I was like 13, and I had it in Girl Scouts, and I cut my thumb with it, and I've still got this super cool scar on my finger. Anyway, they're from Suva Beauty, and I can't open this. And it costs $50, and you get a $30 palette. It's like $34, $35. And then you're also supposed to get an additional $150 worth of product in there, or maybe it's supposed to total $150. Regardless, I've never tried anything from Suva Beauty before, but I have seen their brand a lot online. So I've been curious about it, and this seemed like a good opportunity for me to get 2 eyeshadow palettes because I bought 2 boxes. The way that they ran the promotion was that you could pick either the saffron palette or the... I'll see when I get into the box. There are 2 palettes. You could choose which palette, but you couldn't choose anything else that would be in the box, hence mystery. So we're gonna open up and see what I got. And I'll just edit in prices onto the screen so we can see what the value is. And I think they also were picking 100 people to be really lucky and get a special palette that they haven't released yet. This doesn't feel particularly bulky, so I'm doubtful that I was that lucky, but anyway, it's something to just keep an eye out for. So a cute little card that says thank you from Suva Beauty. I was born to be wild, but only until around 9 p.m. or so. That's really cute and very accurate. So, some foamies. Oh, and I guess they just put it all in one big box. So, instead of, 2 boxes. And it looks like there are only 2 eyeshadow palettes, so I didn't get to be one of the lucky people who got the extra one, but here's my box of stuff that I'm going to show you. So yes, the 2 palettes were the Saffron palette and the Protégé palette. So I wanted both, so I got both. And this looks real cute. So we'll start with these 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'm not going to be able to divide up and say what was in one box versus the other because it's all just kind of in here. So for the Saffron palette, this I believe is the more warm toned one. Oh, cool. So the names of the shadows are all different kinds of spices, and it looks like they have the ingredients listed on the back based on what the color is. So the outside packaging matches the inside. And she's got a mirror and a plastic protector covery guy. And she looks like this. So I think that's pretty. So we've got several mattes. I think that would count. Let me see. Cinnamon is a matte, paprika is a matte, ginger looks like a matte, and clove looks like a matte. Turmeric, saffron, coriander, and sarso all look like regular shimmers, and then star anise looks like it's more of a chunky, glittery texture. So I'm excited to see what this formula is like. This is more on the basic side of palettes that I will have in my collection. But it does, that star anise color, hopefully you can see that there's a little bit more texture in there. So hopefully that will be something that's fun and interesting, and I think the color I'm most excited for here is this matte paprika color. So that's the saffron palette, and I'll just leave the prices up on the screen because I don't want to look it up in real time. And the Protégé palette is the other, and it's got that nice soft touch packaging, which feels really cute. And this reminds me of my girlfriend Eat, because she has a pair of earrings that have kind of this like outline that she got at maybe I think she got them at the Met in New York. So this one doesn't separate the ingredients on the back, but it is a cruelty-free product. So same soft touch matte packaging on the inside with the same detailing, which is cute. And then, oh, okay. So this one is going to be split from warm into cool. We've got, again, a protective sleeve and a mirror. But what you've got here is you've got a warm tone, how's the color? That's fine. So warm toned highlighter and then 3 warm tone shades. And then you've got a cool toned highlighter and 3 cool tone shades. And in the cool tone shades, you've got these two here, Aesthetic and Conscious, are both mattes. Structure and Balance definitely look to be shimmers, and then Poetic looks like it may have some micro shimmer in it, and Tact looks like it will just be straight up matte. So that seems, again, very curated. So we're not dealing with one of these like really punchy color stories that has a lot to do in it, but it's a bit more curated. So you can mix the cool tones and the warm tones, or you can just go straight cool, you can go straight warm, and you'll have the coordinating highlighter for each one. So I think that's cute. And again, I'd like to just try out this formula and see what it looks like. So I'll just hold them both up together. The other thing I'll probably try to do is mix and see what I can do with both the saffron palette and the Protégé palette. So these, oh, that's me. So these are saffron and Protégé as the 2 eyeshadow palettes. So the very nice thing is that there's not much overlap between these two, except that there's maybe that purpley shade in this one that seems like it could go with the purpley shades in the Protégé palette. So we'll see about that. It looks like we've got 2 Hydra liners and then 2 Hydra FX. So the 2 Hydra liners that I got are Bad Mash, which apparently is a chrome, and Blue Steel, which is a chrome. Blue Steel makes me want to do a Zoolander face. So I'm just gonna open and see. Oh, I broke the box. So I guess it's coming out and staying out. This is what the Hydra liner looks like. I have seen this all over Instagram, but I didn't really know what I was going to be getting here. But it looks like pressed powder. Oh, okay. So it's completely transfer proof. You have to actually wet the formula to use it, which is nice, because that way it's not going to dry out. If it were a wet formula that's already wet in there, you have to worry about making sure your caps are tied, tightly screwed. And then this other one, Bad Mash, is looking like it's going to be a purpley plummy guy. And these boxes are done for. So farewell to that. And this one, I'll take off the lid. It's this color. It's maybe a little bit deeper in real life than it looks just looking in my camera, but depending on your screen it'll be different. And same thing, you're gonna have to wet it and then you can use it as an eyeliner, which should be fun. I've never used that before, but I was looking forward to trying it. It was one of the things that I feel that the brand is known for, or at least that I've seen them on social media with. Now the other 2 here are Hydra FX, and I don't know the difference. It says intensely pigmented, water activated body art makeup, opaque, fast drying, smudge proof, and transfer resistant. Apply using a wet makeup brush and create perfect body art makeup. So I don't know the difference between this and the Hydra liners. I guess I should have read those boxes before I just threw them on the floor. Okay. So here is a gorgeous purple called Aztec. Okay. Here's this one. And I'm just going to have to play with these and see what the deal is with this formula. And the last one is Luster Lilac. So 2 purples, kind of a burgundy shade, and a blue. And I guess the burgundy would be the only one that I would say is more warm toned. The other 3 are more cool toned. And here's Luster Lilac. It's the last one. So we'll see what those end up looking like. Next, I've got 2 liquid chrome illuminating drops. And the colors that I've got are Trust Fund. And both are Trust Fund. So I'm going to keep one, and the other I will donate to a human being in need of a trust fund. So we'll see what these look like. Hopefully the color is flattering on me. Oh, it's a nice golden champagne color. And I think these are similar to the Cover FX custom cover drops or other brands that have a highlighting liquid. Let's see what she looks like against my skin. It might be a little too dark for me to use, but I may be able to sheer it out and make it work as well. It's really not too thick, and I'm not sure. We'll have to just kind of see. But I got 2 of the same one, which they did say, you know, if you purchase 2 of the boxes, there's a chance that you will get a duplicate product. I wish they would have given me 2 different colors, knowing that they were all going into the same box. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's a mystery box. It was a mystery, and it's a mystery why they wouldn't just kind of fix that for you if you're buying 2 of the boxes. Next, let's look at the brushes. It looks like I've got 5. And so I've got, oh, see, again, these 2 are identical. This is the 350. It's a very small detailed brush. Hopefully you can see that. It's very flat. This would be good for me for either inner corner or maybe even doing some cut crease stuff. So I've got 2 of those. Having duplicates of brushes doesn't bother me as much because when one is dirty, you can use the other. The bristles feel nice. I think I've got 2 of this identical guy here that looks like it looks like a shader brush. This is the 550, and it looks very much like the e.l.f. C brush, which is over there somewhere, but just a nice dense brush. It's actually not as dense as I thought it would be, but for packing color onto your lids. So there's that guy, and I've got 2 of those. And then lastly, a very nice fluffy 450 brush, which is more for buffing out colors in your crease. It is very soft. I would prefer to have more crease brushes because that's where I tend to layer the most colors versus a packing on shade. But you know, you can't ever have too many brushes in my book because they get dirty and I don't want to use them anymore. So I'm happy to have backups. Okay, so next is going to be liquid lipsticks, I believe, and I see 8 in the box. So I'm going to whip those out and probably swatch them. Yeah, I think we should swatch them. And I'm gonna swatch them here because doing them on your arm, you end up putting them in a weird spot, and here I know you'll be able to see it. Oh, cool. So I did get a duplicate of that 460 shader brush, the blending fluffy guy. All right, so lipsticks, I wonder how many duplicates I have. So I'm just flipping them so I can see the colors at the end of the box. And it doesn't look like any of them are actually a duplicate. So these are the Moisture Matte Liquid Lipsticks. Let me get my... When I was taking off the swatches of the lipstick, I saw that it really was very streaky. So I'm gonna put some on and see if it looks good. So maybe the first thing I'll do is a bunch of lip swatches, and then after that I'll put on a full face of makeup and use the liquid chrome illuminating drops, put on the eyeliner. Today might be a nice day to just do a really nice face, kind of a dewy finish, not too much going on. Put on a really cool graphic liner and just a bold lip without doing a whole lot with the eyeshadow, although I still would like to play with the palettes. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try to just edit this down so it doesn't take too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup. Okay, chicken nuggets, I'm done. Well, mostly. I'm going to put on a lip and I'm going to tell you what I thought of everything else that I put on. So, the Suva eyeshadows I thought were really nice, very standard from what I expect, so they definitely weren't chalky or hard to blend. The colors had nice payoff. I went for something kind of soft. But yeah, I was happy. I used 3 from the Protégé palette. I used 3 or 4 from the Saffron palette. They were both great. Totally fine. Nothing that super inspires me in terms of textures or formula, but they were solid. They don't suck butthole compared to my other products, which are great. So I also used the little dewy drops, and because this color is a little dark for me, I did put it on basically under my foundation as opposed to putting it on top, just because I didn't want to be walking around with gold streakies on my face, but I do want to walk around with gold streakies on my chest, so I'm just gonna buff that in, especially because compared to my face, my chest is more pink and uneven. You can see all my veiny veins, and you can also see the frickin' blue from my hair, which has been ridiculous. But there you have. Oh, see that's pretty. I'm just gonna hide the fact that everything is wrong colored under a butt ton of highlighter, because that's how I prefer to live my life. So I'm gonna layer on some more highlight. Oh, it's so shiny! Oh, it's Moana vibes. It's so shiny. This will probably get covered up. I'll be cold later and I'll wear something else, but for right now, ooh, I just use a big fluffy brush for that and just highlight. Okay, so the little liner thingers, I used Bad Mash and I used Aztec. These are okay. I wanted more color punch from Bad Mash, but maybe if I wore it without any eyeshadow, it would be enough, but I just wanted it to be a little bit darker. Aztec was great. I ended up covering the outside where I had done Bad Mash with just black eyeliner because it just wasn't doing enough for me, but the purple is nice and punchy. The brushes I forgot to use, they're fine. And for a lip, I want to go, maybe mix these two pinky guys. I also did use that matte saffron, I threw it on the floor. I used the matte red in the Saffron palette to this one, Paprika, to add to my blush so that it would go nicely with the eyeshadow, and it worked really nicely for that. It didn't look patchy to me. It went on just fine. So overall, I like everything I got in the box. I think the dud for me, surprisingly, would be these Hydro liners, because I think I got two that are more of a chrome finish, and I just don't... I want them to be bold. Maybe I can use them for other things other than eyeliner, like face painting and doing some detail work that way, but I just want them to be darker. I think the chrome makes them look too light. But these two here, Aztec and Blue Steel, which are not the chrome finish, they'll be more of a matte finish, those will still be really good. So I'm not sure about these Hydra effects, but the Hydro liners, the normal Hydro liners, seem much better. The lipsticks, there's one that was a kind of a fail because it was just, the formula doesn't lend itself to working with this really dark color, but you can see it looks really pretty for the lighter colors. I even enjoyed the purples, but this particular one in Sphinx, it's too dark for the fact that this formula is quite sheer, so it's not as flattering. Even though this color would be gorgeous in the winter time, in fall, it's just, I don't think it's worth the trouble. But the other ones should be worth the trouble because they're a nice, comfortable formula, and building them up really isn't too much of a pain in the butt. So that's it. I'm Alicia, you're great, and I hope to see you the next time I turn the camera on. Bye!